Walking on the air in Prince Edward County, Prince Edward County, CJP. Got tired of living out of my suitcase, town to town, living in the now. Maybe you and me were actually meant to be. Come visit me here in the county. I'm at CJP in Prince Edward County.
Hi, this is Greg Hinde, host of Tuesday Evening Side Roads, the home of the blues, right here on 99.3 County FM. I've been a volunteer at the station since early 2019. I was welcomed immediately as a member of the County FM team, and that sense of unity was a reminder to me of what makes this community so special. What I learned very quickly upon my return to Prince Edward County in 2018 is that this wonderful community and volunteer-based station was actually a regional connecting point wherein local artists, businesses, restaurants, organizations, and residents alike were able to advertise, connect, converse, and stay informed all at the same time. Community events, concert calendars, news, weather, and sports. This station has it all. The station's eclectic mix of music is unlike any I've ever heard. We at 99.3 County FM are here to serve you, the community, but we can't do it without your involvement and support. We work hard to connect the county and to be your essential service. In happy times and times of emergency, we are on the air 24/7 and able to immediately deliver important and timely messages to the county and you. This is Radiothon 2026, and this year's theme is Grown Here. It reflects the county's agricultural roots, that sense of belonging and stewardship, and how we all work together to maintain a locally grown connection to Prince Edward County. Throughout this 12th anniversary Radiothon, we have a goal of reaching $77,000, but we simply can't do it without kind donations from the people we serve. That's you. Please help us reach our goal. No need to hesitate. There are a number of ways to donate. Call us at 613-476-2229. You can donate online at 993countyfm.ca or e-transfer to info@theveritasfoundation.com, password 993countyfm. Be sure to include your address and contact details. Or you can even drop in or mail us at 99.3 County FM, 38 Cold Storage Road, Picton, K0K2T0. We are cutting to a short break. But when we come back, I will be joined by the incredible Suitcase Willy on this 2026 Wellings of Picton 99.3 County FM Radiothon. Welcome back to the 99.3 County FM Radiothon 2026. This is the one critical time of year where we ask for direct support from our beloved listeners, businesses, and the community at large. We're so grateful for the contributions to help us bridge the funding gap so we can continue to connect the county. I'm your host, Greg Hinde, and I am very pleased and honored to be joined today by local artist Suitcase Willy. Real name Will Rosenblatt, Suitcase Willy is an indie musician and storyteller. He writes gritty, soulful songs about redemption, life on the road, parking, and even public toilets. His music is an interactive mix of humor, character development, and community that takes the listener on a journey full of introspection and exploration. He's one of a kind, and he's sitting right here with me. Suitcase Willy, welcome.
Hello, how are you?
Doing just fine. Great to see you. Thanks for coming in.
You're very welcome. I'm happy to be here to support the station.
And we're so happy to have you here. It's an honor. So, a couple of quick questions. Is this your first Radiothon?
It is my first Radiothon, my first radio appearance, actually.
Welcome aboard. Yeah, you'll enjoy it. It's we're not going to hit you with anything too hard.
I can take it.
You probably can. We'll have some fun with it. So anyways, you are county born and bred.
Born and bred, at least 3 generations.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Nice. Deep roots. Yeah. Love that. So you've enjoyed seeing the changes around town?
Well, there's been some I haven't enjoyed so much, but it's still a county, no matter what happens.
Yeah, my feeling's exactly. You take the good with the bad. Progress is inevitable, right? You know, you roll with it.
You got to live with it.
You do.
Progress, it's not going to stop.
You're right. It's a freight train. Yeah, so we certainly appreciate you sharing your time and talent. So you said you were, when we were talking in the green room, you mentioned that you were 3 generations deep?
Yep.
Right. Where are your roots prior to that?
Well, my mom's family was Nutley and Chapman, so they're out Milford area, primarily. Yep. My dad actually was from outside the county, and he was stationed here with the Guards in the 60s.
Oh, wow.
Met my mom, and met my mom, and that's how I came about.
Well, yeah, we don't have to go past that.
No, we'll stop there.
We'll fill in the blanks there. So, we've got a lot to talk about. But for now, I noticed you brought a guitar. So that's very convenient because I was going to ask you to play a song.
All right. I will.
Let's do it. Well, what are you going to play?
I'm going to play my title track, Suitcase Willy.
Suitcase Willy playing Suitcase Willy. Loving it.
That's a crying shame. That's a crying shame. Well, they call me Suitcase Willy. That's my name. Yeah, they call me Suitcase Willy. That's my name. I gotta leave my baby weekdays. That's a crying shame.
Yeah. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, that was Suitcase Willy, and what a great way to introduce oneself. That's awesome. You're listening to Radiothon 2026. Please donate if you can. Call us at 613-476-2229. You can donate online at 993countyfm.ca or e-transfer to info@theveritasfoundation.com, password 993countyfm. Be sure to include your address and contact details. Or you could drop in or mail us at 99.3 County FM, 38 Cold Storage Road, Picton, K0K2T0. I'm your host, Greg Hinde, and we are going to cut to another short break. But when we come back, we'll hear more from Suitcase Willy on this 2026 Wellings of Picton 99.3 County FM Radiothon. Welcome back to the 99.3 County FM Radiothon 2026. This is your nonprofit, volunteer-driven radio station's foremost fundraising event of the year. We need to raise up to 1/3 of the station's revenue during this 4-day stretch of live on-air performances by local musicians. And we are very fortunate to have one of those musicians in the studio with us right now. A very talented Suitcase Willy is here to share some music and some background on himself. So, Suitcase, or should I call you Willie?
Yeah, Will, it's fine.
I'm going to call you Will. Okay, so do you come from a musical family?
Not so much. My dad loved music, and he often wanted to learn how to play, but he wasn't much into playing instruments, but he had a great voice, and he sang a lot. And my mom sang around the house all the time when I was a kid, and she had a great, fantastic voice, and that's what inspired me to start singing, actually. Yeah.
So directly from your parents?
Directly from my parents.
What about brothers, sisters?
My brother James, who passed away in 2010,
I'm sorry
he was
to hear that.
very musically inclined.
He was.
He was on the road to actually pursue music as a career, and was going to be doing post-sound production type stuff, and was ready to go to school, and then he got sick. And
Oh, such a
didn't work
shame.
out.
Such
Yeah.
a shame.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that. It's awful.
Thanks.
Well, okay, the obvious question here. Can you walk us through the evolution of Suitcase Willy?
The evolution of Suitcase Willy. How far back should I go?
Well, I mean, when did Will become Willie?
When did Will? Well, I was Willie as a kid. Everybody called me that. And, you know, I studied choir at a young age in school, and I started to play guitar when I was 8. Drew Ackerman was my teacher, and I took lessons from Drew for about 10 years.
My dad's competition.
Yeah, your dad's competition. And, you know, and I kind of, after that, I kind of went on my own and had enough experience to just take things on my own. In my 20s, I started writing music and recording on my own. You know, I started posting audio online probably, in, you know, just around the 2010 time frame. After my brother died, I dove back into music for therapy. Mm-hmm. And I started posting a lot of stuff I'd written over the years online in audio format. And then in 2019, I was like, you know what, I want to do something with this. And I had written Suitcase Willy. Suitcase Willy was based on the fact that I've worked in Toronto for a company in Toronto for, I'm 28th year now with the same company. And originally I was in Toronto, living there during the week and coming home to the county on the weekends. My heart never left the county. And so then I decided I wanted to write a song about that, about, you know, traveling all the time for work. And I lived out of a suitcase, so Suitcase Willy.
Makes
That's where it
perfect
came
sense.
from,
No,
yeah.
very interesting. So, writing and or performing under an alias, does that allow you certain freedoms? Like, in other words, without pulling the curtain too far back, are you able to say things or do things as Suitcase Willy that perhaps Will wouldn't do?
I don't think so. I think I'm just me.
You're one and the same.
And really, Suitcase Willy to me is a project that it's a blues project. About a traveling musician with a suitcase full of songs, basically.
Yeah,
and I'm trying to work that and tell stories and just cover the blues kind of things. But I do all kinds of music. I've done instrumentals. I've done some math rock type stuff and all kinds of things. But blues is where my heart lives.
Yeah,
So,
I can relate. Absolutely. Yeah. So I hear the name Suitcase Willy, and immediately it conjures up images of, you know, some hobo hopping on a boxcar,
Exactly.
you know, going wherever the train's going. That's where Suitcase Willy's
well,
going. Right?
I came up with the name, and then I started looking around. I'm going, the word suitcase and the word Willie are some of the most used words in the blues world.
Sure.
And I'm like, well, I've got the two together. That works.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it kind of rolls off the tongue. Right?
Yeah,
It does.
It just works. Yeah.
So I've read that Suitcase Willy is every unfinished song. Can you clarify that description?
Yeah, basically, I had a lot of songs that I wrote over the years, and I didn't finish them. And so I started finishing some of them. And the ideas, and I just went back to them and said, I'm going to finish some of these things. And some are new ones that I just came up with. I've got a new one coming out. Midnight Tonight, Highway 49 comes out, and I'm going to be playing that later. So.
That's right. I read that last night. So congrats.
Thanks.
So you're releasing it as a single.
Single.
And
Yeah.
Highway 49, boy, that's topical around here.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it ever?
Yeah, exactly. I originally thought, well, maybe I should release this and have all the donations go to fix the road. And I thought, well, they won't raise anything off of my release, so that's probably not a good idea.
No, that's fantastic. So, you know, I'm going to touch back on what I asked a moment ago. So, when you're writing, are you really thinking in terms of Will, or are you thinking, what would Suitcase Willy
It's a good
think?
question.
How would he think, or is that not part of the equation?
Yeah, no. Some of the stuff that's in my songs is life experience. You know, like living out of a suitcase, for example. Other stuff is just stories about people and life on the road. And I often think, what would I do in that situation, or how would I feel in that situation? Sometimes, you know, you get it from other people you've known who've lived through things. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You go back and try it again. And, you know, I usually start with lyrics. I wrote poetry before I wrote music, so I usually start with the lyrics, and then I figure out what I want to do with the music itself, whether I want it to be a blues song or not a blues song. And Then I figure out what key to do it in. If I'm going to sing it, it's got to be a certain few keys, you know. So
it's a common question that songwriters get a lot.
Yeah.
What comes first, lyrics or
for
music?
me, it's always the music, except for actually with Highway 49, it was the road. The road made that song.
Yeah.
And I'll talk more about that afterwards. But
So are you referring to the rhythmic feel of
thumping
the
on the road?
ka-tunk,
And
ka-tunk?
it started out as a joke, and I was in the car with Amber, and I'm like, you know, you could make a song to this. And I'm going,
You're
to the beat.
exactly right.
And I started, I'm like, oh, this would be great. And next thing you know, Amber actually wrote the lyrics to Highway 49, and I wrote the music, and we turned it into a song.
Fantastic.
It'd be kind of cool if you could capture the sounds of the bumps on 49.
Yeah.
Incorporate that
I
into the
tried. I
song.
couldn't get it to work.
Make it real
It didn't
authentic.
sound good. It
Yeah.
was static. It was
No,
like,
and the tempo's not exactly regular.
It depends on the
It's
speed you're going,
meditative.
right?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Keep driving that speed.
I think maybe Rush could write a good song
Oh,
about Highway
probably,
49,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So, so aside from the guitar, you play several instruments. Which
I have
ones?
over my life, yeah. I learned to play a recorder, of course, and tin whistle on my own.
And that's really come in handy, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone who's learned how to play recorder when they're in kindergarten,
So great.
they carry it with them
Every
for
once
life.
in a while, I pull it out, and I'm the friendly giant. I'm all over it. So, and then
How friendly is it for a giant to staple a rooster to a wall? though?
Really?
Come on, let's
Right?
be honest.
That's Canadian television.
It is.
Yeah. So then I learned viola. Was in the orchestra in elementary school, and then I learned to play trumpet in grade 8. So
Fantastic.
yeah, and I play a little bit of harmonica too. I'm not really good at it, but play a little bit of that. Too.
Oh, nice.
And bass, I can pick up a bass, no problem.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well,
it's
I think
guitar.
for most guitar players, they can dabble in bass at
Yeah,
least.
yeah.
I mean, the bass is a skill unto itself.
I'm not a bass player, but I can play the bass.
You can dabble because it's root notes, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So again, I'm looking at your guitar and I'm thinking, well, why aren't you playing it? Come on.
All right.
No. What are you going to play for us now?
I'm going to do, this is a bit of a cheeky song about living in an Ontario tourist town. And I published this one back at the beginning of March with the other 5 songs that I put out. And it's called I Went to the Store and Never Came Back.
Oh, nice. Let's hear it.
Left the house 3:10. Just needed milk and maybe tea. Wore my flip-flops and my frown. Like any other day in town. Traffic crawl, the sun beat down. Convoy came from out of town. Waved at someone I don't know. They thought I worked at the SO. Now I dine beneath the fluorescent twilight glow. Know the staff by name, they nod and go. Another one who cracked out back by snacks. I went to the store and never came back. Lines stretched past frozen peas. Someone yelled, "Where's the cheese?" They blocked the aisle, paddle boards, and then asked if we had fjords. They bought up chips and ice beer. 1,000 years. Tried to find my card again. Now belongs to a man named Ken. Hey Ken, how's it going? There's a rhythm in the beep of the scanners, and a wisdom in the coupon banners. When the tourists block the door, I simply whisper, I live here now, for sure. Lost my spot. Tell my dog I love him. Tell my plants I tried. Lettuce died, and so have I inside. I found peace in aisle nine's paperbacks. I went to the store and never came back. Yeah, I went to the store and never came back. They say there's a beach around here. I wouldn't know.
Yeah. Nice. Small town song there. That was Suitcase Willy on this 2026 99.3 County FM Radiothon. We'll get back to Will in a second, but in the meantime, I'd like to thank a few donors. Kathy Goddard, thank you for your kind donation. Keith Whittall, thank you for your donation. Bill Wood, yay, Bill. Thank you very much. Deb Abui, thank you, Deb. Keith Penner, thanks a lot, Keith. Congrats on your show last night in Deserano. I'm sure it was great. Deb Walters, thank you very much for your donation. Doug Little, Brenda Little, thank you. Fantastic. Krista, thank you so much for everything you do for the station and for your kind donation. And Mike Trites, thank you for your donation. Thank you all. And okay, Will, who are the artists that inspire you?
Oh, there's been so many. I think the first artist that inspired me was Billy Joel, right from the start, because of the ballads and the stories that he told.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with him right away. And 52nd Street, the album.
Brilliant.
And then I kind of, in the, there's all the classic rock of the 70s, which I grew up in 80s. And then Crossroads came along. The movie Crossroads, Ralph Macchio.
Steve Vai.
And that just turned me right onto the blues. And I started researching. I started looking up Robert Johnson and found out about all the guys that had been there, the Son House and all those guys. And I was hooked on blues at that point.
I might be incorrect, but I think the Crossroads intersect at Highway 61 and Highway 49.
Yeah, they might.
You know what? I'm going to look it up. I'm thinking that it was Highway 49 and Highway 61.
That'd be cool.
Coincidentally. But anyways, let's check that out.
Yeah, we should find that out.
I have to check myself on that.
That's
so
cool.
We were talking in the green room about music that interests you, but then there's music that influences you.
Yep.
Who would you say has been the influence more than anyone?
The influence more than anyone. Wow. You know what? I guess I've had a lot of influence from Stevie Ray Vaughan, Jeff Healey. I just love the sound they had. Jeff Healey's, Canadian hero in my opinion. And then Ry Cooder after the Crossroads. Ry Cooder.
Yeah, he did most of the soundtrack
for me. He did all the music.
Yep.
Yeah, Ry Cooder's been a huge inspiration for me as well.
And Gord Downey makes reference to him.
Gord Downey does. Yeah, have him read his eulogy. That's right.
Exactly. No, that's fantastic. So you mentioned Stevie Ray Vaughan there. He was hugely influential on me, not necessarily as a player, but I saw him as a beacon of light, bringing the blues back into mainstream, so to speak.
Yeah.
I think he hit around 1983
really
with Texas Flood. He was almost single-handedly the guy to make blues cool again.
Yep.
Guys like B.B. King were already there, Buddy Guy already there, Muddy Waters already there. But Stevie Ray Vaughan came around and said, blues is cool again.
Yep.
And,
Yeah, and you had ZZ Top doing the Texas
of
Blues
course,
thing as well, right?
Of course.
And they kind of led into him, and then it seemed to come back from there.
Yeah, ZZ Top did it as a band thing. I think Stevie Ray did it as a soloist thing,
totally.
and he kind of elevated.
More like the older blues people like B.B. King and stuff. He was really trying to get that blues vibe.
Yeah, and he did.
Yeah, he did
very successfully.
Yeah.
So I'm just okay. What can you tell us about the Suitcase Willy video challenge?
The Suitcase Willy video challenge. Yeah, that was basically when you publish music, you can opt to publish it into the social platforms as well, which I often do. So whenever I publish a song, I will choose put it into Facebook, put it into YouTube, put it in all the socials. And so what that enables people to do is actually create a video and use your music in the video, which
cool.
I think is a great way to get your music out there.
Of course.
I think it's probably underused by a lot of people. So I created this thing called the Suitcase Willy Video Challenge and challenged people, all these creators out there, you're making all this content. Well, make some content with one of my songs, do something, show me something funny, whatever, right?
And you've had success with it.
I didn't get a lot of entries, no. I had hardly anybody respond. I had like 2 entries. Yeah, I was hoping to get more.
No, it's a great idea, though.
Yeah.
I applaud the idea. I think it's fantastic.
I moved on from that, and now what I'm doing is the Suitcase Willy Rock Challenge. And that is basically just me using the music that's built in and putting a lyric up, but I only want wrong lyrics to the song. So you just get hilarious.
Absolutely.
Answers,
That's so creative.
Like, for example, if you take AC/DC, You Shook Me All Night Long, and you put You Shook Me, and then people answer things like a vending machine when I'm on there, like stuff like that. So
I love it.
It's fun. I'm trying to build not just people that are listening to my music. I want to participate. I want them to participate.
Make it interactive.
I want it to be interactive.
Yep. I applaud that. Gage, do we have time for one more song here? All right, Suitcase Willy, can you hit us up with another one?
Yeah. I don't know whether to do Highway 49 or what. I mean, it's going to be out tonight, but...
Well, why don't we hear Highway 49? I think the listening audience would love to hear this.
Sure.
And again, a reminder that the single will be released tonight.
Midnight. Keep it first fret. Heading south on vacation. Got my weed at First Nation. What a sign. And the sound, that's not right. Oh, here we go. Suspension's on the brink. Dodge the holes on 49. Broken rims, spilled my drink. Locals know to use the back way. Unsure for what their tax base. Generations with the same old woes. Years of debt for fixes and toes. Uh-oh, here we go. Suspension's on the brink. Dodge the holes on 49. Broken rims, spilled my drink. Got your black snakes of tar. Seems so far. Recent man road now crumbling. I hear my tires in the rhythm rumbling. Summer's here and the county's fine to enjoy some sand and fine wine. Campers line up for fun. Travel here with dreams unsung. Uh-oh, here we go. Suspension's on the brink. Dodge the holes on 49. Broken windows, spilled my drink. Uh-oh, here we go. Uh-oh, here we go. Uh-oh, here we go. Hey, please enjoy your stay.
Yeah. Highway 49 right there, going to be released as a single tonight. That was Suitcase Willy on this 2026 99.3 County FM Radiothon. What does 99.3 County FM mean to you, and why?
I think it's fantastic that we have this kind of a resource in such a small area, because we really are a small area. And to have something like this to help get news out there, support the community, and for local artists, it's a dream come true.
Is it
It
ever?
really is. Like, I don't know anywhere else that has anything like
No.
this. And I think it's important that it's something we got to keep going.
Yeah, just the simple idea of an artist getting a song on the radio.
That's amazing.
Which is,
I'm on here to, like, here I am just, I've
Exactly.
only just put out some music. I'm not a pro.
when you live in the
but here I am.
GTA, it's unattainable. It's,
Yeah, it
it's
is
an
totally.
impossibility.
Impossible.
It never happen.
Never happen.
And then yet you come here and you feel part of a community.
Yeah, totally.
And it's not just music; it's businesses. It's
Everything.
You hear your friends on air.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I can hear Gage talking on air. This is awesome.
Exactly.
They're your friends.
Yeah, I was listening this morning. I heard Jamie Stever. I've known Jamie since before he was a tween.
Yeah. My brother mentioned that you and Jamie were quite close.
We were very close. Yeah. Back when he was quite younger, and he's done amazing things. Just so
He
proud.
sure has,
And Tony Forbes. I've known him before he even learned how to play guitar.
Tony, another.
So. Yeah.
Tony is one of the best artists around.
So great to
he's
see
so
these kids that I knew as just snot-nosed kids running around the house.
Yeah.
They're out doing music and doing great.
Exactly.
So,
And I think one artist feeds another.
Oh, yeah.
When you see one get, I was going to use the word success. That's not the right word. When you see them enjoying it and participating in it, I think it makes other artists want to do the same
Really
thing
does.
and be part of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is 99.3 County FM Radiothon 2026. Please donate if you can. Call us at 613-476-2229. You can donate online at 993countyfm.ca or e-transfer to info@theveritasfoundation.com. Password 993CountyFM. Include your address and contact details. Or you could drop in and mail us at 99.3 County FM, 38 Cold Storage Road, Picton, Ontario, K0K2T0. We are cutting to a short break, but when we come back, we will hear more from Suitcase Willy on this 2026 99.3 County FM Radiothon. Welcome back to the 99.3 County FM Radiothon 2026. I'm your host, Greg Hinde, and in the studio with me is local musician Suitcase Willy. Willie, as a fan of the blues and as a host of a blues show, I've always had a deep connection to the purity and soulfulness of the blues. What is it about the blues that draws you in?
I think it's the stories that blues portrays mostly. But it's also the blues is just part of all rock music that we have out there, as far as I'm concerned. I see it in all modern music that is rock based has blues in it.
That's
Pretty
where it
much,
started. That's exactly where it started.
So I wanted to cover that myself and try and get in, be part of that world, part of that story. So
Yeah, no, absolutely. I also I've always enjoyed the fact that it's a template, it's a framework, it's what you do within the framework.
yeah.
That makes it beautiful.
Yep.
Or
There's so much
soulful.
variation in there. Like, it's unlimited variation. And
Unlimited.
It's a specific set of rules, but you can play around with those rules.
Absolutely.
It's so cool.
I also enjoy the fact that if you have even the basic understanding of blues and how to play that 3-chord,
Yep.
1-4-5 12-bar
Yep.
progression. When you get together with friends, logically, what's the first place you start? Wait, you've never played with these people before. You're around a campfire. What's
Start
the first
in
thing
E
you do?
and do some
E blues,
E blues.
or A blues, or whatever.
Exactly.
And it's a universal thing, isn't it?
Na, 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 na.
You've
Yeah.
never met these people,
Yeah.
but you could jump into E blues and
Totally.
everyone's on board.
Yeah.
Right?
Totally.
I love that aspect.
That's so
and
cool. Yeah.
and sort of in keeping with that question, in addition to your solo work,
Yep.
have you or do you ever spend time playing in a band?
I haven't in a very long time. I did play, did some work with Joe Kennedy in Belleville way back in my 20s for a band that was called Blue Zoo, but that didn't work out at all, kind of fell apart. So I haven't actually gone back into a band paradigm at this point. I think, want to get back to that eventually. I'd like to have a band and do some shows and stuff like that. I'm not into... I don't know if I want to go and do solo stuff or not. I've got a looper and things like that, but I just don't know if that's me. I haven't really figured that out yet.
Yeah.
So, but I do work with my son, Brandon, my oldest son. He's great at recording. and he has a studio in his house as well. And so sometimes I go over there. He plays guitar, and he's really good at really cool guitar licks and stuff like that. So sometimes we'll actually record together. And the song "Public Toilets" that I released, we did that in the backyard at my house. Believe it or not, outside in the backyard, he brought over his mixer and everything else. We set it all.
You weren't sitting on a toilet at the time.
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
No,
I just want to clarify.
That would have been great, though. Could have got pictures of that. It's
The lights is good on. He's going to go home.
Yeah, I need that.
Yeah, new album cover right there.
Backyard Blues. Yeah. We wrote the song. I played around, just threw some stuff together, wrote the song, recorded it, and he did some minor tweaks on it, but it was about 4 or 5 hours and it was done.
Nice.
Sitting in the backyard on a summer night, it was fantastic.
Yeah, that sounds
so after
amazing.
that, we started, getting together more often. And I was just over there last week or week before last, and I took a song that I wrote in like 1997. And it's kind of dark. It's like about reincarnation and this one guy who gets killed every time he comes back by the same person. And we put that down, and I'm going to do a video up for that. It's kind of set. Starts in like pre 3000 BC, and then it works its way through the centuries. And so that's going to be coming out later this summer too, I think.
Interesting idea.
Yeah.
I love that. You want to play another song?
Yeah, sure. I got a couple I could do. I think this is an unreleased song. I think I'll do it. It's a sequel to "I Went to the Store and Never Came Back," and it's called "Parking is a Spiritual Journey."
Oh,
so
indeed.
I'm going to try that. Brick lights gently glow like someplace I used to know. I circled once, I circled twice. Maybe this time I'll find paradise. Parking is a spiritual journey. You don't arrive, you just become. Go where you thought you'd be and accept knowledge in the waiting, and there's peace in going slow. And if you find a parking spot right away, well, you probably don't belong here, Joe. Saw space, my heart took flight. A Tesla drifted from the right. No signal, no remorse, no glance. I was caught up in this endless dance. Man in flip-flops waved me through and took the spot I wanted to. I smiled like I understood, like maybe this was for my own good. I breathed in deep, I let it go. Watched 3 more RVs steal the show. Parking is a spiritual journey, detached from curbside dreams. You're not at your destination, you're somewhere in between. Well, there's growth in every U-turn, there's truth in every lap, and enlightenment's a gravel lot, half a mile past the edge of the map. Saw a man abandon hope near the bakery line. He parked his car on a 45, stepped out and said, "This is fine." A seagull watched from a parking sign, just like it had seen it all. And I I swear it nodded once at me and said, welcome to the fall. Oh, parking is a spiritual journey. Well, there's no such thing as late. There's only loops and lessons learned and quiet acceptance of your fate. So if you see me still circling with a calm and distant gaze, I'm not lost, I'm just longing for a better parking space. Something's gonna open up this time. I can feel it.
Yeah. Nice. A song about parking. Not many of those around.
No, but living in Prince Edward County in the summer.
It is very relatable.
It's a thing. It's definitely a thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Suitcase Willy on this 2026 99.3 County FM Radiothon. Okay, it's time for the obligatory desert island question.
Ooh.
You can have one album to take with you on a desert island. Which one and why?
Oh, that'd be tough. That's a tough one. One album to take with me and why? Ooh. You know what? I think I'm going to be pretty bummed out on that island. I'm going to want something that's going to have a lot of variety to it. I think I would take something by Sting, I think. Probably.
Sting?
Yeah, I think so.
A bluesman choosing Sting. I love it.
I think I would take something by Sting because he's got some stuff in there that's uplifting and it would make me feel so, lonely on that island.
Good call. Good call. And he knows a few things about SOS. And,
he does.
Yeah.
Message in a bottle,
Yeah, so and it's like we talked about in the green room a few moments ago. There's music that you love listening to,
Yep.
and then there's music that you play.
Yep.
And they're not always the same.
Not always the same.
Not always
Nope.
the same. I use the example. I love Yes. I love Genesis. I can't play that
I
stuff.
can't play it,
but I sure like
unless
listening.
you're a real good bass player. Yeah. Really is.
Yeah, you have to be real good.
Yeah.
Speaking of Sting, so what's next for you? What are you working on?
What am I working on? Well, right now, I'm going to be putting down the vocals for Parking as a Spiritual Journey next, I think, and pushing that out. And then I've got the song that I recorded with Brandon. I want to tweak that a little bit, push that out. And then I've got a couple other songs in the can that I'm working on. More stories. I wanted to write an outlaw country blues rock type song, about two people getting in trouble and finding redemption on the road kind of thing. So I'm working on something about that right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great. So where can people hear your music?
Well, they can go on to any of the major social media platforms. I'm on YouTube. It's at Will Rosenblatt on YouTube. I'm on Facebook as Suitcase Willy. I'm also on TikTok and on Instagram. So they can find me on all those platforms. And then sometimes I post audio only up to Reverb Nation as well. So.
Nice. Okay, looking at the clock. Do you have a short song you could play?
Yeah. Probably.
Something in the 2-minute range?
Ooh, I don't know if it's 2 minutes.
I think we can be generous and say three.
Can we stretch it?
I think if you got a 3-minute song.
3-minute song.
I got one.
3-minute
all right,
song.
3 minute. Let's do it.
Thanks,
Okay,
Gage.
I'm going to do this one. This is a little bit more of a somber song, but it's called Weekend Dad. So I'm going to do this.
Great.
Okay. People grow and people change. Sometimes lives get rearranged when it comes to love how to be a better man. I ain't asking for forgiveness. I just hope someday you'll understand. Children grow and children change. Children's lives get rearranged. When it comes to life, it can be hard to understand. Children need a father's love and a helping hand when things get rough. Oh, there's something I just wanna let you know. Didn't wanna be just a weekend dad, thinking about the dreams I used to have. I'll always be there for you. I'll always take care of you. I wanna take you by the hand, teach you how to be a better man. I ain't asking for forgiveness. I just hope someday you'll understand. Life can be so hard, it makes you cry. I can't always be there to wipe your eyes. Though I can't be with you each and every day, I will hold you in my heart and love you even when I'm away. I didn't wanna be just a weekend dad, thinking about the dreams I used to have. I'll always be there for you. I'll always take care of you. I wanna take you by the hand, teach you how to be a better man. I ain't asking for forgiveness. I just hope someday you'll understand. No, I ain't asking for forgiveness. I just hope someday you'll understand.
Nice job. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Suitcase Willy. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing your talent with us here at 99.3 County FM.
Oh, you're very welcome, man. That was
Suitcase
fun.
Willy, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very, very much. So we are approaching the top of the hour, and that can only mean one thing. Top of the hour tally time. No, it isn't.
I think we have one quick message
We have
from
a
our
quick message.
general manager,
Okay.
Craig
We're,
Mills.
You threw me off. Okay. So,
Interrupt you here.
Craig Mills, station GM, is here with a very special announcement.
Yeah, we sitting at Jazz Fest kickoff with Jillian Carson, and she said, we have a slot still at 10 o'clock on Sunday. What would be a wonderful mystery guest? Now we thought, who has been touring the world and maybe is dropping by Prince Edward County? So thankfully to their manager and to them over the last month, we've been arranging this. Our lovely National Achievement Award, Officer of the Order of Canada, Songwriter, Hall of Fame, dear person who's done so much for the county, Jim Cuddy. So, Jim, J.J. Johnson, he has been interviewing him this weekend, and so he won't be here in the studio, but he'll be on air tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning, because they weren't staying over, so they were able to pull this off. So 10 o'clock in the morning, listen in, please, on Sunday, and really some nice insights. And Jim, of course, J.J. Johnson does a beautiful job, and Jim Cuddy, a wonderful soul. And so join us then. Sorry to interrupt your gig here, but I just thought it was a special thing that we'd like to share. Thank you.
And that's great news, Craig. Thank you so much for sharing that. So, now we're going to the top of the hour
Now it's tally time.
Is there going to be a drum roll of some kind?
There is. Let me cue that up for you.
This is 99.3 County FM Radiothon. It's now time to do this hour's tally.
And $41,502. Thank you all so much We still have a ways to go, but we appreciate every dollar that comes in. And this is Greg Hinde out from the 2026 Radiothon.
And coming up next, we'll have Gabrielle Poisson with Amanda Jean, and I'll be back at the end of the hour to read the total for that hour. So, Amanda Jean, Gabrielle Poisson, right after this. Stay tuned.